Welcome to Supercoders channel. Hey there, Supercoders. It's been a while, but I'm thrilled to back with you all. Life threw some curveballs on my way. I tackled them and head on. Now I am more pumped than ever to dive in back in creating top content for you. In this chapter, we are taking things, getting ready for a journey, packed with invaluable insight, hands-on learning, creating exciting projects. Here a sneak peek for what's coming your way. To supercharge productivity, learn how to harness the power of AI with ChatGPT and Copilot to turbocharge your workflow and getting things done at lightning speed. From zero to full stack, starting from scratch, no problem. We will guide you through every step of the way to becoming a proficient full stack developer. Learning by doing, theory is great, but nothing can beat on the hand experience. So deep dive into practical example and real world projects to solidify your skills. Tech steps we are going to teach you. So Python, we are going to use the Python technologies in our latest projects. JavaScript, the backbone of our web development. Django, master the art of building robust web application. Node.js, power your server-side application with ease. React plus Redux, create dynamic and interactive user interface using Redux and React. Flutter, elevate your mobile application using and desktop application using Flutter to a new heights. And there are other things which I am going to teach you, which is data analytics, AWS. So you can learn much more about the new contents. The future projects which I am going to teach you in the latest chapter of the Supercoders. So which is a build a React plus Node, build a React plus Django e-commerce platform. So build a fully functional online store with features like inventory management, order management, customer and supplier and warehouse. Everything comes inside your these projects. The next project which I am going to teach you is school management using Flutter. So you can create a school management using Flutter with having features like manage student, manage teacher, manage fees, everything. So in previous version, I also created the student management project, but that is far much better and which has the latest technologies, latest tech stacks. So I am going to use this project in a better way and enhancement you can say. And that's just the beginning. We are exciting projects line up to keep update for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification to stay updated with all the latest content. Trust me, you won't want to miss out and what coming next. Alright, let's enough talk. Let's jump right in a quick start and incredible journey together. So are you ready to level up your coding game? So let's do this. So before we go, let's dive into some example of how you can use Copilot and ChatGPT to make your work 10x faster. So let's get started and let's see how I'm going to do this all things. So let's deep dive into some practical projects. So I'm using React.js for creating our examples using ChatGPT and Copilot. So let's do it. So first we have to create a project in React.js. So I already teach you how to create a project in React.js. Even you don't know how to do that, so let's use our ChatGPT to create the project. So I simply ask create React.js project commands. So I just enter this prompt. So it will just give me all the things what I have to do. We need to install our React application. So you can run the command npm install g React app. So you can go to cmd and type this command. Copy it, paste it, enter. So it is installing. It will take some time. So please wait. So right now our React.js application installed because I already installed. So it just try to update the things. Right now let's create our React project. So I'm just moving to my directory, changing the directory. Now we need to create a project. So you can use copy this command. You can click on copy. Come here, paste it. So basically the command for creating the React application, which is npx React app and passing our application name. So here I can change this application into React, and make sure your application name must in lowercase. I think this is also mentioned. I think this is not mentioned, but here we need to make your application name in small letters or small case, you can say. React chat GPT Copilot example. Enter. Now my project is creating. Just hold on. So my project has been created. You can see. Now let's see the chat GPT. What is other? So it's a need to change the directory. So I am in my directory. Let's see. We have to go to this directory, which is our project. So cd react. Now we can start our server by running the command npm start. Same thing also showing here to start our server. So we can say npm start. Now let's see. So our React.js project is running, I think. So here we go. Our React.js project is running. You can see this is a simple application. Now let's move to our ChatGPT and write some code using ChatGPT. First, I'm just opening this project in our VS Code. So here we go. Our project is open. So let's ask some answer or question or example to ChatGPT. So let's see. Uh, write some simple example of React.js. I'm just asking a simple example. So I just think it will give a simple example of counter. So basically a counter which will get the value get increased when we click on plus, and it will get minus when we click on decrease. So just use a simple example. So just copy this code and go to src. You can change things by opening app.js file. Here open it, remove everything, paste it, and here use the counter. So save it, and here in our index.js file, simply remove app to counter. Now let's render the counter component, save it, let's check. So you can see our program is running. If we click on increment, it is getting increase. If we click on decrement, it is getting decrease. So let's add some more counter. So copy the same code again, save it, and you can see if you click on plus, it is increasing and it is increasing also. Let's ask some more things. You want to make more attractive UI, write some CSS to make more attractive. So using these such kinds of prompts, you can make things much better, write it much faster. Even giving the code, it also explain you how everything is working. So here it's so here it explains how everything is working. So it explains we import React and use state hook to the use state to update the state in our React. So React J is basically work with state as all I teach from a long ago. Even when you are working with AI tools such as ChatGPT and Copilot, there are some things which you don't know, but you can understand later bit again. So when you're working with coding technologies, you don't understand earlier everything, but you can later working with the things to understand much more better. So here in our React case, everything is based on the component, and here everything is data is managed by state. We can use state to render things on UI. So in the simple JavaScript things, we need to render everything again when changing the value. But React do what? It just update the things in UI using this state. When you update the state, it will update the UI also. So that thing happening on the React side. Now here it also keep like it create a counter component with the use state to create a state variable and count a function and a count a variable. So updating the value, we use a send count, and count is a variable, and count is a variable with a state which holds some value. Right now, starting with 0 value, if you see the initial value, it stands with 0. Now here it defined a two handler for updating the value of the counter. So first one is increment and decrement. So in increment, it will set count the current count value plus 1. For decrement, it say count minus 1 the current count value and minus 1, and set the latest count value to set count. It uses a p tag to render the count data. Here you see it is the p tag to render the count data, and count value is getting changed. So using this syntax, you can print a variable in a React. Now if you see the CSS example, so here it creates some CSS. So just use the CSS also. So what I can do here, I can create a CSS file. So you can say counter.css. Just copy the CSS, paste it, save it. Let's check how it looks. Okay, we need to import it. So for importing, come here to app.js and simply enter import dot counter dot css. Save it. I think it is not working. Maybe I missed something. Okay, it's added some class also. So just copy this edit content, copy it, and here in our app.js, earlier there is no class. After that, save it, paste it, and save it. And you can see now it is look much more better using CSS. You can use increment, decrement. So in that way, you can create a simple counter example in React.js using ChatGPT. Now let's see some another example. So I'm just explaining how I am going to do. So basically my requirements are like create a simple cart project example. So example using React.js involving features. Create a product component with all products listed there and coming from API, or let's for now make it static listed there. Use static products for now. Then data cart with empty initially. Then what you want when product has button, when click on add to cart, it move to cart, and the quantity get decrease from product, and also increase the quantity in cart if product already exists. These are the things which I am going to do. And also if product quantity is 0, show a message out of stock. Use CSS also to make UI better. Now let's see what ChatGPT is going to do. I think it will not create the whole code. Sometimes it is giving error, but let's try what exactly happened. So click enter. I think it is creating. That's good. But let's see what they are giving. So initially it created a product.js file with products. Then it created a cart item with remove product. So cart is empty. I think it's write the code, but I think it's not the complete code. So what I'm do, I will ask write the complete code. Write the complete code. So again, it's giving me a complete code. So sometimes it is just giving me a small portion of code. But if you ask write the complete code, it will give you a complete code example. Here if you see, it's writing the app.js file, which is earlier it didn't give me. But right now it gives me again. Now our app.js file, product.js file, and card.js file, and also CSS file. Now let's group all together and let's see how it's gonna work. So simply first copy our app.js file. So copy it and here just paste it. So our app.js file is ready. Now we need to import product and cart. So what I'm going to do here, it is coming from product file and cart file. So I'm going to create a two file, product.js, then cart.js. So again, going to my code, copy the product.js file and paste in product.js file. Save it. Again, scroll down, cart.js file, copy the code, moving to cart, paste it. Now we need to add the CSS file. So copy app code, save it also in app.js file. Go to app.css file. There are some already there text. So I'm going to remove all this, paste it, save it. Now let's check how it looks. So it is showing some error like card.css and product.css is not found. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask where this is file. Okay, I think it's give me earlier, but again I'm going to ask write the content of product.css and part.css. So you just need to explain everything to ChatGPT or Copilot to how to write this code without telling they can't do everything. So you need to ask them, write the complete code or write the missing file which you are going to do. So here it is showing product part. So it gave me product.css file. So just copy it. And here if you see the file name is product.css which is missing. So click on src, click on new product css, paste it, save it. Now let's see card.css. It is not showing. So write cart.css contains also. So here it give me cart.css file also. Copy this code, cart.css, save it, paste it and save it. Back to Chrome, refresh page, and now you can see it is looking much better. But here cart is showing multiple times render just because I do some mistakes. Here in my index file, I render multiple times counter. So remove all this, and right now it's app, not cart. So app, check it, yeah, save it. Now it's looking much better. So here you can see our cart product is added to the cart. If we click again back to cart, it's again increasing, but the quantity is not decreasing. Let's see here also, the quantity is not decreasing. So I think this is issue. Let needs to fix. Let's see how we can fix this. So again, moving to the ChatGPT, in products, our product quantity is not decreasing. Now again it say it's misimplemented. So that's we need to take care. Sometime it have done some it will do some errors. So just copy this code, save it, paste it, save it. Again, the product data is not defined, set product data is not defined. So I think it missed some step. Now let's ask to him what is this variable. Sometimes it will show some errors like this common issues. So we need to ask him again to fix these issues. Now it's giving the actual code. Now I'm going to ask write the complete updated code. So again copy the app.js file, save it, then move into the next part, product.js file, copy code, paste it, save it. Okay, next is card.js file, paste it, save it. The next is styling part, copy it, paste it, save it. Now let's check, refresh page, click on add to cart. Now it's gonna work. You can see the quantity is getting decreased and it's saying out of stock when we add all the stocks. If I click on remove, you can see it's getting completely removed. So that is completely work with React.js. Or you can get a simple cart example using ChatGPT. I know there is some lots of mistakes given by AI tools, but if you write your own, it will take more time. But we can use this AI tools to make work easier. Let me explain this what is happening here. So first moving to app.js file. Here it create a simple app component with a use state with some default products. You can say static product or default product with the ID, name, price and quantity. Then we create a cart item for cart component. Then here is a function for add item to cart. So what exactly it is doing this line. So first it will find all the items from the cart, check the current item which is I'm going to add to the cart, it is exist or not. So it is finding the index by ID. If it is exist, it will update the quantity to 1. If it is not exist, it will add the product to cart with a quantity 1. Same update product will just nothing, it will just decrease the product count when clicking on this. When here you can see the update product, it will just update the product to the value which is going to say -1 or just increase the quantity. There is remove the remove cart. So here same thing, remove item is to remove the item from the cart. And here we can see two component which is product and cart. So product component takes the parameters or values product data and add to cart method. Cart also take two methods, or you can say data and methods, cart items and remove from the cart methods. So if I go to the product component now, we can see it render all the items which we pass in our product. So you can't use loop in our React, so you can use the method like map. So it will render all the data of product and you can see ID, key and everything, price, quantity is showing, and on clicking on the button if quantity is greater than 0, it show add to cart, else it will show the auto stock. So on add to cart is what? It is just calling the parent function which is declared here, add to cart. Moving to the cart.js file, here you can see cart item is return the cart item. I remove from cart is removing the item from cart. As you can see the remove button, it will remove the item from the cart. So that is all doing by ChatGPT and it is working perfect. Now let's see some example of Copilot. How you can use Copilot. So for this, using Copilot, you need to add an extension. So you just need to come to VS Code, click on extension and search Copilot. GitHub Copilot. And here your AI programmer is here. So I already installed. So after you install, you need to complete the signing process and it is not free. It will charge you $10 per month. So for alternative, you can use ChatGPT, but for ChatGPT, you need to write the code and paste it again. But here in our Copilot, you don't need to worry about this. It will write all things in your VS Code. You don't need to move anywhere. Let me show some example. So here, if you see app.js file, I'm going to create another example. Let's suppose that I'm going to create e-commerce.js file. E-commerce.js file. Now here I'm just writing some code and Copilot will complete it. So there are two ways. Copilot use the autocomplete method to complete your code, or second alternative you can use ask from Copilot. So if you type Control I, like I can ask write the complete code of this e-commerce component having following features. So I'm just copy the features from here. I just copy the features which I asked in ChatGPT. Just copy this and again it's gone, I think. Or just simply just copy this, paste it here. Control I, paste it, enter. Now it's completing the code. You can see it's create a product data, then add to cart. So it enter the product and cart everything. So instead of getting a separate component, it add everything in one file. So save it. It created a file e-commerce.css file which is not there. So now let's create this file e-commerce.css. Complete this file contained from commerce.js reference. Okay, it is asking for file. So you just need to ask the file. E-commerce don't have access. So just copy this, paste it. Now let's see what it is going to create. Now it's writing this thesis. So GitHub Copilot give you an inbuilt chat option. Paste it, save it. Now let's run this file. So here in app.js file, index. Instead of app, change to e-commerce. Save it. Now here set product is not defined, it's showing. So go back to code and set product is not showing. And also product is not showing. So I think it missed the reference. So const. Now it is fixed. So initially I use the products variable and e-commerce is the product state and set product. Save it. Product access before initialization. So I think that will not work. Just cut this code and here paste it. Save it. Let's check. Yeah. Now this is created by Copilot in a better way and much faster than ChatGPT. Let's see it is working or not. And you can see it is working much better. Yeah. So in this way, you can use Copilot to write it much better. Here we need to add some button like decrease item. So let's see how we can use this. But here one more thing is missing. ChatGPT creates separate file, but here you use everything in a separate common file. But that's not also we can do it by manually some things. Let's try to add some button. Decrease quantity. Let's try. And showing a button decrease quantity. So I'm going to complete this method. So here also Copilot will work. Copilot give me some suggestion. Let's see. On click. Now it will give some method. So decrease product from cart. Just copy this and create a method. Const. Yeah. And here also we need to pass the item. So here what I can do. So using that way, you can't pass the data. So I'm just using the arrow function to use this way and pass the data, which is item. So now I can receive the product here and I can simply do what I want. So let's see. Yeah, that's what I think. Here Copilot give you suggestion. So if you see the suggestion, it is checking the first existing product. If product is equal to 1, then it will remove the item. Else it will just minus the quantity after the update the product to our product data. So just use tab to auto complete it and save it. Just go back, refresh, and let's see. And you can see if I add more times, it is 0. And if I remove, you can see here 4 and here 1. If I again click 3, 2. So I think as my approach, Copilot is so better, but it is paid, but it will make your work much better. Even I writing this code in my previous example of this simple card, I takes lots of time. But here if you see the using the AI tool, our work get much more better and much more faster. Also, if you want to so error message like what we have done in our ChatGPT example. So how we can do this? So we can use simple like I think ChatGPT AI Copilot will give some suggestion. So let's try to use the suggestion. Yeah, and here we go. It is giving me suggestion. Out of stocks, add to cart. That's what I think. You can see it's giving me suggestion. If I try to use style, again I think it will give me some suggestion. Color red. Now save it and let's check. And I don't think we need this. We don't need alert. Save it. Now refresh. If I click on add to cart, and here we go, out of stock. So you can see using this AI tool how you can make our work much more better and easier. So this is a simple example for our Copilot. So that's how you can do this tools and how you can use this such tools, ChatGPT and Copilot, to make your work easier. You can see how all things take so much time, but using this AI tool or make work much more easier. Even if I go to here, I just asked make CSS more enhanced and much better UI like cards and such things. So let's see how it's going to. Now let's save, save. And now look, it's how much beautiful it is looking. It's go inside the cart, it's looking much better. And you can see it's working. So that's how you can use the AI tool to make our work easier using Copilot and ChatGPT. So after using this tool, I am again going to use this tool in our future tutorials, which I am going to create the e-commerce project using Django plus React for our full e-commerce websites. So please subscribe our channel to get the latest contents and latest update or the coding tutorial. Thanks for watching.